Alrighty, everybody. I hope you're doing well. In video, this video is going to essentially go over how to use the new customer portal, the CRM that we created custom for you guys. Uh, right now, this is in early stages of release, so this video may change down the line. And once there are a slew of new features, then we'll upload a new video just so that you guys can be up to date with how to use the portal. But it's pretty easy to use. It's very simple. It's very intuitive. So without further ado, let's just get started with just going through the dashboard. So essentially, this was designed in order to pretty much help you guys keep track of all the leads that come in and uh, just to keep track of them, to keep track of your deals and stuff, so that you know what's going on in your sales pipeline. So this is the dashboard view. Uh, we'll be giving you a login. Let me just preface that real quick. We'll be giving you a login with a user, an email, and password that you'll use to come into this. This is just one of the options that you could use. There's also going to be an option to update all the leads and stuff by via SMS. So that's also pretty much that's a game changer for those of you that don't have time to come in here and log in and do everything. So this is just for those who like a visual. So this is created just for you. All right. So anyway, let's go through it. So this is the dashboard. This is where you'll receive a summary of all the calls and form submissions that come through. It won't give you an in-depth on each, but it'll just give you a summary. So this is the date range filter. So if you want to filter all the calls and form submissions you receive, then you would just come in here and click this right here. And let's just filter it by May all the way to, actually, let's do March. Hold on just a second. Okay, that's why. So yeah, this is the login page. So let's back to what we were doing. Let's filter by date. So let's do March to June, and it's going to show you all the calls that you received. Right? It's going to show you the incoming calls, how many calls came in total, how many calls were missed, the average call length, as well as the answer to missed calls ratio. And then you can pretty much just see like a breakdown of the amount of calls you received on a day-to-day basis. So uh, the axis of the graph is inverted. So the date goes from least to greatest, or from least current to most current. So as you can see, this is March 3rd all the way to June, which we're probably going to change this inverted axis, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up so you guys were aware that that's how you read this chart. Okay, so uh, you'll also see the form submissions that come through for that date range. All right, and then it'll tell you the name, the email, the phone number, and the service that the customer needs. Okay, this tile right here is not currently active. We're going to work on it and make it interactive. So don't worry about this right now. So if we go to this tile right here where it says view call logs, you could just click it and it's going to bring you to this calls report page, okay, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But let's go back. And if you click this button right here, see all, it's going to bring you to the form submissions report page. Okay. So, yeah. All right. Let's go back to the calls report. So, this is a summary of all the calls that come in. Again, ignore this tile because it's not active right now. Uh, and again, you could filter by date here. So, we could actually filter by date. And it's going to show all the calls. Click this button to get rid of that. Again, the axis is inverted, so yeah, just to let you guys know. But it shows the call volume by day. So see, as you can see on the third, there was 3 calls, 4 calls, so on and so forth. All right. Uh, Now, you guys might be wondering what this total quote value and this total sales value thing is. Let me explain. So, total quote value is the customers that you give bids to, what how much you quote them on. So, if you go out and you give a customer you received a call from, right? They call you directly. It's not a form submission, uh, and you give them a bid, and then you enter in the system. The the qual the amount is going to show up here for that selected date range. Same thing with the sales value. So the sales value is the amount of closed deals that you had for the calls that came in. So if a call came in and then you update that lead and you close that lead, the amount is going to show here. So that's what these two are for. It's pretty simple. Now, this is the call logs right here. So these are all the calls that came in for this selected date range from the 1st of March to the 27th of June. And it's going to show the phone number, the duration, the status, and actions. Uh, so if you click, let's just click this one. If you click this, it's going to show the phone number, the duration, the status, and you could also play the recording. So if you click it, it takes a little bit of time, but you can actually play the recording. And as you can see, you can hear the recording. You can even download it as well. This calls transcript. Don't worry about this right now. This is a feature we're going to integrate later on. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. Now, let me talk about these fields here. Uh, if you want to add notes for the call, you would just add notes right here. And then you would set the status to where you are in the sales cycle of that lead, for that lead, whether you submitted the bid, the customer didn't like the price, the customer will follow up, or if you close the deal. You would just select any of those and then select if it's quotable or not, and if they need follow up and what the quote value is, you could just put it right there and then click save edits. So that's pretty much how you update each lead individually. Okay. Yeah. So that's pretty much it for the calls report. There's not much else to it. But let me go ahead and go to the form submissions. form submissions. So this is where you'll see a summary of each of the form or all of the form submissions that come through. Okay. Uh, Again, this is the date range filter. So let's run it back from, and this one you kind of have to play around with it. If you select the date there, you're gonna have to click this for the end date to select the end date. So as you can see, uh, this is what shows up. So transferred leads. What transferred leads is when we follow up with the customer for you, we mark it on our end as transferred. So it's going to show up here. How many form leads were transferred to you from us. Again, this is how many customers you quoted during this time period. Again, this is how many deals you closed off of all the form submissions that came through. This is the amount of, uh, let me see, this is the total value of the quotes you submitted for all the leads that came through. It's going to show the value once you enter it. And this is the total amount of deals you closed in a dollar value that you would enter right there. Okay, and then this is these are all the form leads that come through here. And if you click that, you're able to actually, let me actually use this one. There you go. So if you click actions here, you're going to see all the lead details. And pretty much what you can do is you can put the status of the lead, add some notes, uh, set if it's quotable, if the customer, if you could sell to them or not, if they need a follow up, what the quote value is and what the sales value is, if you close the deal. Sales value is only if you close the deal, okay? Just please remember that. Quote value is if you give them a quote, how much you quoted them for, okay? So then you would just click Save Edits, and then it'll save. Now, another thing that I want to show you guys is this map here. Pretty much what this map is it shows where the form lead came from. So this needs to be fixed, so we'll fix that. But usually what it shows here is a map marker. It's blue, and it'll show where the lead came from, and then it'll show their name and the city that they submitted the lead from, and their phone number. So yeah, this is a pretty cool feature. And this map shows the same thing. It'll show where that lead came from. So yeah, pretty cool. Anyway, that's it for the form submissions report. Now let's go to the deals management section. Okay, so these are each of the statuses right here that you can tag a customer. All right, and again, this is the date range filter. So again, to select the end date, you would just come back here and do that. So yeah, these are the statuses you could tag a customer with for your sales cycle. And in order to access the customer, you would double click. But before we get into that, all of the calls, all the call leads and the form leads that you save, they're going to come here, right? And depending on what you tag each lead with, it's going to show up in either one of these statuses here, okay? So, for example, let me just give you a quick example. If you come here, for example, and just tag them with bid submitted, it's going to show up right here as under bid submitted. Okay, and if you tag a form lead with uh, closed or customer did not like price, for example, close out of that. It's going to show up here. Customer did not like price. And the cool thing is that you can actually uh, drag these, and it's going to change the status. It's going to change the status. So you can actually drag these, and as you can see, it's going to change it. So let's actually put it back to where it was. And to access the lead, just double click it, and sometimes just to preface, the lead will show up as a deal and then number, and then it's going to show a number. You can actually come here and change it to a name. So, for example, if it says deal number 5, right? You can actually come here and change it to the name, the actual name of the lead. Okay, and you could change their email, their phone number. Well, you should leave this phone number just for record sake. And then it's gonna show the status here. So if you want to change the status, you could do that directly from here as well. And then you could put the quote value, how much you quoted the customer. And if you close the deal, you could put how much the sales value is, how much you closed them for. So again, let me say this again. Only put the only enter the sales value if you close the deal. Okay, this is how much you close them for. All right, just remember that. And then you can add notes if you want. You can put the follow up status and just leave this as it is. Don't do anything to that. And you could just click save changes. So let's just do that. And it should work. Refresh the page and you'll see that it'll show up over there. So yeah, pretty simple. That's the deals management page. Now here's a support page. If you guys need anything at any time, just feel free to message us and one of us will get back to you through here. So you could just select a topic and then enter a message. So add the ability, or I'm just going to put test one. And just click send. What it's going to do is it's going to send us a message and we'll get back to you shortly. So any needs that you have, just come here to support and submit your request there and we'll receive it and we'll get back to you. Okay. Let's go to the settings. So currently this is our settings page. This is subject to change. So if you want to change your email address, you just click this checkbox and change the email. Password won't change. That's something the administrators have to do. But if you want to change the email, you can always do that. And if you want to change uh, the primary phone number where you receive all the lead details, you could also do that here. And if you want to change the secondary phone number where you also receive lead details, like if you have your like a spouse or business partner that also wants to receive the lead details, you would just check the box and then enter the phone number. And you could change multiple things at once, by the way. You could change your email and change the secondary phone number, or just change all three of them. Just make sure that the checkbox is selected so that you can actually input the field, and then just click Save Edits, and it'll save all the edits that you did. All right, so that's pretty much it, guys. It's This is a very simple uh, dashboard to follow. If you have any questions, just let us know. And if anything changes, we'll just create a new video about it, and we'll let you know, uh, and send you the video link to watch. And you can always find the video on our documentation page. So if you scroll down, the video is going to be here. CRM Overview. It's going to be here. We're going to upload the video there. Okay? So, yeah, guys, I hope this helped, and I hope this tool is helpful for you. If you have any questions, just let us know. And it's always a pleasure doing business. All right. Thank you and take care.